Welcome on all, my name is Tawess, and well, the end is near. Nah, not really. So, like everyone else, I've been thinking about the whole Coppa, Child Online Privacy Protection Act. And unlike most people, I decided not to do this knee-jerk, which means I'm way off the peak. But I felt this needed some mulling over. And, well, it's been an interesting journey. It's been a really interesting journey. Because, to begin with, you was like, oh dear, this is going to be the end of the world, everything's going to burn, and then, turns out, things weren't. Now they're not good, and we are still pissing on YouTube, Google for this, but it's not quite as bad as it seems. Now, to begin with, if you've been living under a rock, YouTube decided to play chicken with the Federal Trade Commission. And, well, they sort of lost because they themselves were pretty much advertising that they were selling advertisement spots to kids. I mean, not the spots themselves were sold to kids, but kids themselves were sold as a advertisement market. They're not allowed to do that. They got a hefty punch in the nuts. And, well, in the aftermath of this thing, we, the creators, who, to be fair, didn't exactly play by the rules either, if you're going to be honest. I mean, we didn't really make sure that our channels weren't viewed by kids either, so we're both in the shit here. YouTube has pretty much washed their hands. They were like, oh, well, we ain't gonna get involved in this. I mean, apart from their select preferred group of friends and family, who I'm sure is getting the best legal assistance Google can offer. The rest of us, we pretty much left on our own. So initially it looked like could be fined basically to an inch of our life, and that everything was going to be horrible, and we're going to get our channels shut down and everything. Well, that is how it would have been if YouTube themselves would have done this. Fortunately, the Federal Trade Commission isn't exactly YouTube. They're taking a much more slow and cautious approach, if nothing else because, well, legal processes are expensive. And, yeah. In short, this thing that is hitting everything that's making kids content is basically primarily aimed at channels that are making massive moolah, the piles of the monies of kids. So it's not bad. I mean, have you seen some of the kids' content on YouTube? It's horrible. So yeah, basically you can be fined all the way up to almost $43,000 per video. But it turns out this is that is if you get fined 100% of the money you can be fined. It's a percentile thing. So even if your channel rakes in billions for some odd reason, you can't be fined more than $43,000 per video. Now, if your video making $200, you might get $20, $30 per video. Still not fun. Absolutely not fun. But probably not going to ruin you. And if you ain't making money at all, well, you ain't making money. 20% of zero is still zero. So, the ones gonna be hit the hardest with this is mid-sized channels that live out of YouTube, that have made YouTube their profession, but are still not large enough to be covered by either YouTube's own protection, or, well, have the funds to take a massive legal swirly sojourn, anyway, whatever you want to call it, through the legal system. These are the challenges that are going to hit the hardest. I don't think we're going to see this massive wave of everyone getting slapped left, right, and center, because that's expensive. Because you can still fight it. You can still do a lot, right? Except you in the US at least. Here in Sweden, I have no idea what you can do, because trying to run a legal battle across the Atlantic, yeah, that's gonna be fun. Unless you get Thomas Bodström on it, it's not really a fun thing at all. But anyway, I digress. It's English number one. Actually, English isn't number one, so yeah. Anyway, so are we gonna see a few big cases out of this? Yeah, I'm sure we're gonna see a few big cases out of this, and we're gonna see a bunch of smaller cases out of this. But hopefully this also will kill some of the less desirable elements on YouTube. And for the rest of us, I guess we're gonna have to try and adapt. Personally, I'm not hit at this at all. In reality, I'm not monetized right now, and my channel is still trying to find its own thing. So I just re-gear my content towards things that are safe, or safer. And I guess it can't hurt putting a disclaimers that said this content is only viewable by people of age 13 and up. I don't think that is going to cover your ass, but it's at least going to show that you're making an effort. Again, I'm not going to do that because I don't consider talking head vlogs to be kids content. I might be wrong, I don't know. So, the problem of course is going to be for the channels that live on making content that is based on child properties, on like kids properties, like the Nicktoons, your My Little Ponies, your Marvels, your Disneys. Those channels are going to be in some rough waters to begin with. And I can't say, oh yes, go and take the hit, because I'm not going to take that hit. I mean, if they come steaming towards me, I'm going to follow backwards, neck exposed, be like, oh, please, Lord, don't, I will change. And I quite honestly think that is how they're going to do it. They're not going to attack you straight on. They're going to definitely give you a heads up. Because they have nothing to gain from going straight for the jugular. That is not what they want, as far as I've been able to read. Because I've read the documents, I've watched the press conference, I've listened to what other people had said about this, and, well, it's bad, but I don't think it's going to be as bad as we think it are. Now, with that said, this is what I said before, this is what I said before, a draining of the color out of YouTube. Because things are going to be slightly less saturated. Things are going to be a bit more boring. Things are going to be a bit more formulaic. Things are definitely going to become a lot more political and bureaucratical. But in the end, I don't think this is going to be the end for that many channels. And people say this is going to be the end. Well, either you haven't read up on this properly, or your channel falls within this narrow gap without escape. Or the third option is that you're actually just looking for an out and is taking this one. And all this could have been avoided if Google wasn't deciding that all the money was enough. No, they wanted all the money plus. And that is why they didn't bother to get parental consent, because parental consent is scary. Because if you make the parents aware that you're going to data mine their kids, they get, well, huffy. And that is part of my annoying. They're passing on this mistake to us. I mean, they don't have any choice at this point, but yeah. On the other hand, we, as a creative collective of YouTube content creators, we didn't exactly push them either, now did we? We took that money, that ad revenue money, and a lot of people built a livelihood on that money. Yeah. So we can't exactly claim to be innocent in this either. And this can be really unpopular of an opinion, but think about it. It's kind of true. So yeah, we're gonna see a desolate wasteland for a while. But we're also going, I think, coming out of this a lot better than we thought to begin with. I might be wrong. I'm not a lawyer, and I am definitely not a person well versed in American law, American legal system. So don't take anything I say as legal advice. I am a complete noob. Just thinking, reading, reflecting. And with that said, until next time, stay safe, be kind, and play fair. Bye.